So, guys, you know, our forex industry is very much disappointing, guys. Our forex industry is very much disappointing. And for us to be successful, right, just you have to kind of like exit the mindset of being a retail trader, especially don't think like a South African retail trader because our retail trading industry is too much corrupt. I don't understand how, but it's too much corrupt. Because I was scrolling through my TikTok and I saw a video of how people allegedly, in fact, not allegedly, mentors edit their profits, edit their screenshots of withdrawals and stuff in order for 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 convincing people to join their mentorships and things like that. Guys, so this tells us that it's high time we stop being motivated by what we see on Instagram. We have to kind of like decolonize our mindset from the South African retail trading because I'm too much disappointed. Imagine like just living a fake life. We see a screenshot on Instagram of your account on 1 million rands, 100,000 or probably 10K. But whilst within you, you know that you are 0 0, just to do a special, just to do a VIP special so that students can join you. So as I do, I just gonna be in this video or in this Zoom session. I'll just do a market recap on how I've been taking trades this past 2 weeks. Yeah, because guys, no, because I've been focusing much on currencies now. I've been focusing much on currencies since uh I used to have a broker, Veracity Markets. Yeah, I'm gonna say the name Veracity Markets, and I don't know what happened. Now the broker is no longer available. So guys, that's exactly the second thing. We must stay away uh, 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 um, from local brokers. We must stay away from local brokers because seems like these brokers, they are big book brokers. And what you have to understand about big book brokers is that since you understand that the market is a zero-sum game, so zero-sum game simply means that for every buyer there's to be a sell. So what happens there is that when you enter a sell, the broker enters a buy. And when you enter a buy, the broker enters a sell. So the broker trades against you, trade against the broker. Hence, I don't understand how a mentor will will be a friend with a broker because all these brokers, they are not on our side. So how come can I as a mentor recommend you to a broker? How can I wear and drive a car with a broker's name? Because us and brokers, it is made clear that we are not friends. Retail brokers and retail traders, they are not friends. I don't understand this new generation of trading. Like I don't understand it at all because I knew forex a very long time ago. I'm very much experienced in the forex industry very long time ago, very before your DJ traders. I knew forex that time. So, and how we learned forex that time is that us and brokers, we are not friends at all. Like we don't know each other at all. We are not friends. They are against us, we are against them. Because as a zero-sum game, if you have 100 traders entering a sell and then 100 entering, I mean 80 entering a buy, then it means that there are 20 orders that need to be filled. So that's what you must understand about retail trading. So that's where the broker enters in. They are there to fill that order flow. So that's what happens there. So this is USD. So guys, what we must understand is that be aware of this type of traders who suck brokers. Because if that tells us that some mentors can even like do what they can even edit their trades, they can even edit their screenshots and it's too much touching, it's too much touching. Hence, stop expecting a savior. If you want to be successful in this industry, stop waiting for a savior, guys. There's no one who's coming to save you. Be delivered from a savior's mentality. Deliver yourself from a savior's mentality. There's no one who's coming to save you. all those guys, they are there to benefit from you, not to save you. Because it's clear that your mentors, they are not on your side, guys. They are not on your side. So this is USD. So as you can see that we had a very beautiful downtrend right there. So when we had this beautiful downtrend, what I did here, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna share screenshots. Okay, I'm gonna post this on YouTube. So I'll edit the videos and type and kind of like show the screenshots of the trades that I took. So as you see that it's on a what? It's on a downtrend. So what happened here is that I identified my structure. What I did is that since as you can see that the market did an impulsive phase to come and touch the lower support zone and it went up correctively and then it came here. So as you can see that this is a corrective structure. So what happened here is that since you had this support here, um, the market kind of like broke out correctively. So when it broke out correctively, I managed to highlight this corrective phase right here. So when I managed to highlight this corrective phase, I was able to enter trades here. And then what the market did is that it left a beautiful imbalance right there. So I entered sales here. So even now I'm still involved in this trade. I'm still involved, even though, yeah, my target should have been here, exactly in this zone right here. So yeah, guys. So that was my target, guys. And then unfortunately I had to hold because I'm still expecting the bigger picture shows me what it shows me that we are still heading to the support. So, but as you can see, when we switch to the 1H time frame, when you switch to the 1H time frame, so guys, what you have to understand about the market is the interaction between buyers and sellers. So for every buyer, there's to be a seller, and then for the market to move, the market does not move or change direction due to a support or a resistance. The market follows an order flow. It follows where the institutional traders are. So you just have to make sure that you are not on the wrong side of the market. Just have to make sure that you are not on the wrong side of the market. So as you can see here, what happened is that it sold and I'm still involved as I say. So here the market left this imbalance and then again it made a corrective phase and then pushed once more. So what happened here is that it left a kind of like a correction, a kind of like a consolidation. So what you have to understand is a significance of a correction or a consolidation. So if you understand and start with the significance of a correction, you'll understand how this could have been a very beautiful entry right here. And the market came back and retraced to come and tap. And this was a very beautiful sniper entry, as you can see. So again, this was a very beautiful impulse, a correction, and then now we're expecting impulsive phases, and it reacted this, to this supply zone. So what's happening in this SA Forex industry, guys? It tells you that not everyone is being successful through trading. You see, a lot of people come in this industry, these mentors, in the form of like being a celebrity, Forex celebrities. And we have to be very careful of those, especially I believe. So let's say, for example, this broker that ran away that I was talking about. I'm not saying they ran away. I don't know what happened. So let's say I personally, as a mentor, I recommended that broker to a student, and that student had how much they had a trading account of 15,000 rands, and then the broker is gone. Who's accountable? I have to be accountable because I'm the one who recommended you to. Hence, there are people who came to me because I used to recommend that broker. There are people who said, nah, the broker that you recommended to us, I had this amount of money, it's gone. I did not even wait to do what to hear if they were gonna repay but I had to repay from my own funds because I'm the one who recommended it. So if you had the broker that ran away, your mentor has to do what? Has to repay you back. Yeah, they have to repay you back. IP links. See? And we have to be very careful with these IP links because you know, as a trader, I started like because I've been low key as a trader. Then when I've been a good trader for years. I don't remember a day where I've been a beginner or of course I used to be a beginner and stuff. And I had to go through a process, but I've been good with this craft for years and I'm not apologetic. I'm good. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good. You don't even have to text me and tell me that I'm good. I know I'm good. I know I'm good. The past week, not this week, the past week I had 100% win rate. 100%. All my signals they had 100% win rate, and all my trades 100% win rate. And I, as good as I am, does not mean that I don't lose. No, I do go through a lot. For example, let me show you this gold trade. I took this gold trade here, as you saw that structure. In fact, I analyzed this gold trade with one of the main who texted me and like let's have a session. Unfortunately, my stop loss here was exactly here. I had a stop loss here, not necessarily a stop loss because I personally I don't use a stop loss, but I closed my trade when I saw that seems like this structure wants to be violated. I closed the trade on a loss, but then it came back in. That's when I entered again. And if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen so that I did get involved in this trade. So this IP links, guys, this IP links. Let me tell you something. I've been approached by many brokers on my Instagram. I receive a lot of brokers saying that, hey, want to affiliate you and stuff. But then their approach shows you that no, these guys they are kind of like motivated to see my students losing. Because the first thing they will tell you that if someone joins via your link, under your link, you have to do what? And then they lose a certain amount of money, then you get a certain amount of money. So basically, in their minds, they're there to see you lose. It'd be like, hey, if you have 100 people in your affiliate and then a certain number of students they lose, then you'll get a certain amount of money. Why lose? I'm not here to see people lose. I want to see them win. And my consciousness, the forex I know is that I and brokers are not friends. So I'm shocked to see a man to driving a car with a broker's a logo there. It shows you that I am beginning to ask myself a lot of questions. I'm beginning to ask myself a lot of questions. Are these mentors, do they send wrong signals so that they can get paid? So it means that they are motivated by losses. They want to see you lose. Because if you want to understand well, the forex industry as a whole, you'll have to understand that here, let me just write it to you here. Let me show you something right here. Let me just show you something, or let me just summarize the forex industry as a whole. So in the forex industry, number one, we have the institutional guys. And in the institutional traders, I'm involving the banks and all the guys. So, okay, let's just call them liquidity providers. So these guys, what they do is that they have the available or enough funds in the you have to understand that in the institutional world it's divided, hence you have banks and stuff that give credit to what to retail brokers, because you have to understand that we are in the globalization, and because it's different from in the 1990s. If you once mentored by a person who traded the early 1990s, your Anton Kriel, or the legends, you'll understand that the way they used to trade is that they would kind of like fill up a paper and signatures and then deliver it on Wall Street. Then their trade will be executed. But then as time goes and technology improves, then you are able to have more traders getting into the market. And if you have more traders, that simply means more liquidity. Means more liquidity into the market. And then you have brokers, because they fund brokers, your brokers, and from brokers, you have your what? You have your IB guys, which are your mentors. And from the mentors, what you have, that's you. That's me and you here, but not me. I don't have a mentor. I don't have a mentor. And you have you here. And when I'm saying brokers, I'm talking about the B-book brokers, not the A-book, B-book. So you just have to go and start. I personally I start like, cause I'm still in school, even though I don't like school, but I'm still in school. I'm learning in one of the best institutions in Africa. So I'm able to do what? I'm able to access the library, and then I read about books. I read books. I read and read. I spend hours in the library, in the economics library. I read. Hence, you'll be able to be open. Like, so you have to be a learner. You have to learn and learn and learn and learn and learn. So what happens here is that the brokers, what they do is that they have, through IB links, they are able to get mentors to recruit you so that you can provide much liquidity. And if you have this liquidity, you are able to fund the institutional traders, because all in all, you have to understand that all this structure is a zero-sum game. You have to understand that this is a zero-sum game. And for a zero-sum game, you have to understand that for every buyer, there is to be a seller, and the loser pays the winner. Hence, there's a law in physics. It's called Markovnikov's rule. It says the rich get richer and the poor gets poor. So in this industry, you are not loved. Hence, stop waiting for a savior. These guys, they kind of like disguise themselves in mentors. And that's a warning that you have to stay away from brokers who are working with, mentors who are working with brokers. How can I promote a broker if I am successful in my trades? How? So yeah, that's the way it is, guys. That's the way it is. So these brokers, what happens through IB links, they pay the mentors. And how do they pay the mentors? They pay the mentors if you are losing. So if you are losing, you are paying who? You are paying who? You are paying the mentor, and then you are paying the broker through what? Through commission. And again, who are you paying? You are paying your institutional guys. Exactly like that. So this tells you a lot of things. This tells you that these two, one, two, in fact, three, they do not want you to win, because if you lose, they get paid. If you lose, they get paid. So how come can a mentor teach you a right strategy? How come? Yeah, you can be sending questions. I'll be answering right here. I'll be checking the chat. Yeah, you can be sharing your questions. I can see the comments on my phone. I'm on my phone here. I did log in. So yeah. So how can you win if it's like this? Means that these guys, they don't want to see you win. How can they teach you a right strategy? So it tells you that all the information you are seeing on YouTube, Instagram, it tells you that there's something wrong in it. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. Because you have to understand about the market is that the market is controlled by traders. Hence, sometimes you just have to stop analyzing and studying the market. You have to stop and study the person, because as people, you have to study people, psychology of people, mass psychology. You have to understand people in order for you to understand the market. Because I once said it that if you see the market like this, if you sell sales here, it means that there were sellers involved. And who are the sellers? The people. If you see buyers like this, they have to be buyers. So these are footprints, imprints of what's happening in the market in here. So who are the people who are influencing the market? It's you and me. You and me, I'm all referring to this zero-sum game. So that's what you have to understand, guys. That's what you have to understand. So as a mentor, it means that I sometimes have to make sure that you lose for me to have bread. You have to lose so that I can have bread. Um, Tabo, you are asking, okay, so do brokers, okay, I'll answer that. Okay, we have a question here. Do robots and systems work? So guys, you have to understand something about robots and system, or let me just talk about robots. Okay, before I traded Forex, I used to trade IQ options. And then IQ options, what you have to understand about IQ options is that there is a certain strategy in IQ options. Uh, IQ options is basically binary options. So the strategy that I used to use, it's called the martingale strategy. In martingale strategy, what happens is that if I enter a sell with $3, then that $3 goes to a loss. The next time I have to enter another trade, I have to increase it to $6 or $9. So if that time I make a win, then that $9, I make a $9 profit, right? That $9 profit, it will be able to cover that $3 loss. So it means that it's just a build-up of trades. If I make I place a trade on $1, the $1 loses, I'll go to $3. If that $3 loses, I'll change to $9. If I win on $9, it means that I will have recovered the $1 and the $3. And then some profits. So that's how brokers go and get any broker. I'm telling you, even the best broker, they can call it the best broker in Africa, can call it all the name, your Sophia Town and everything. That's how they do it. If you can check, you'll see that when it opens a trade and the trade is on a loss, it will open another trade with a bigger lot size to cover that loss. So exactly like that. So yeah, that's the way it is. So your question is, does it work? That's just go and find out yourself. In fact, you can be a robot on your own. Just go and do it. Just enter a trade. If that trade goes to a loss, increase the lot size and enter a trade again. If when you are now on profit and then it has recovered the loss with a profit, close the trades and just like that, repeat the process. That's how brokers work. Martingale strategy. Yeah. So let's get back here, guys. So another trade that I took was gold. And then according to the structures, you can see that we had this descending channel or a downtrend right there, and then we were now on the support. So I mean on the resistance. So since we're now on the resistance, if you can check right here, okay, let me just use this. If you can check, you realize that there was a level of what? There was a level of kind of like demand zone. This was a kind of like, no, a supply zone. So this was a supply zone. And then if you can kind of like do what, if you can kind of like um adjust your trend line, you realize that, because what you have to understand, guys, about the market is that before the market reverses, it has to fuel itself. And what's fuel for the market? Fuel for the market, it's liquidity. It's the stop hands being hit. Your stop loss is being hit. You blowing your account. So before the market changes direction, there has to be a level of sellers or buyers being liquidated here. Hence, some traders here, they saw what? They saw a breakout and then they entered what? They entered the buys here. And some here, since it was on a trend line, they were now expecting it to sell. And then what happens? The market liquidates to come to the supply zone. And then here it was a beautiful entry. And some traders here, they were expecting the market to be a breakout to continue to go up. So those guys, the people who think like that, they are your liquidity. Your liquidity. So you have to understand the components of market structure. What are the components of market structure? It's time, volume, open interest, and then price. And then a lot of people spend their time studying price action. whilst price action is the last component of market structure. And price action studies price, whilst there are things that control or moves price. It tries to kind of like predict price, whilst you kind of like not understand that price is controlled by people, the interaction of buyers and sellers. So like that, it means that if you are having a bigger account as an institutional trader, then you are able to manipulate price. Since here there are sellers, you are able to do what? To manipulate price. People are starting price action, the action of price, and then they act, enter trades based on price. Because this is very enough to blow your account. Is enter the sell here due to the trend line or double, I don't know. Then it shoots up, and then it kind of like liquidates traders to be caught on the wrong side. So that's what was happening there. So what happens as the market goes down, it does what? It goes down, creating uh your patterns goes, because the market moves in two phases: impulsive phases and corrective phases. So this was a beautiful corrective phase, and then again a beautiful corrective phase right there, 100%. So that was my involvement on gold. So, okay, well, I have a question. I see your question. Your question is, what's your take on FTMOs? Oh, I haven't checked it out as yet. I haven't checked it out as yet. But I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out because I've seen like a lot of big traders that are taking it. They're encouraging their students to take it, and I've seen people have subscribed to my mentorship, like talking about FTMOs. So yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Seems like it's a good thing, especially the people I follow. I see the Falcon guys, for some Falcon students who are killing the FTMOs. I see SMC traders killing the FTMOs and ICT. Yeah, so I'm gonna check it out. So this is USD. So I'm not gonna go to the bigger structure. There's a setup that I did on USD Star, and it's playing out exactly as we analyzed. So I think it's the previous videos. Just check the previous videos, and then we did analyze here. When we analyzed, because the market had left this small imbalance, and then we did highlight this demand zone, and then the market went up to tap in here, and that's when we got involved, and then it pushed down. When it was pushing down, it kind of left this zone here. That's when we entered more cells again, and then when we entered more cells again here, I managed to derive a trend line right there. And then um this, if you can refine this supply zone here, we realize that the more accurate, the much more accurate supply and demand trading is that our supply zone could have been here. Our indecision candle was supposed to be this one right here. So I just entered trade there, and I did share signal right here. And then the market, so we call, just count this as a buildup of liquidity, and then liquidity was taken out to remove this floating supply zone to come back to the major one. And then here it was a beautiful sniper entry, and then it sold off, and now we're still involved in that trade. Yeah, another trade that I took was Nasdaq. I shared this, I think, on my Instagram. So yeah, please give me a follow on Instagram. I have two Instagram accounts, the trading account, and then I do have the personal account. So the trade that we took on Nasdaq was this one right here. Yeah, it was Nasdaq. We took this correction here, and then for this sell, and then I identified this demand zone. It came, and then we entered the buy, but we entered on USDT. I'm not sure if I did send a signal. And then right here, um yeah, you can see that it reacted to it correctively. And then yeah, I have a bro that took a beautiful sell right here, a beautiful sell right there. Even US30 is the same setup. Let me see US30. Yeah, US30, unfortunately, we did not take the sells, we took the buys. So some beautiful buys. I'm gonna try to attach them because we had this consolidation and then we had this imbalance and then it pushed up, it returned, it tapped to our zone of demand. And then when I switched, was it to the 30 minutes? Because I managed to get a beautiful sniper in right there. And then when it reacted, it kind of like left a beautiful imbalance. So, oh, sorry about that. A beautiful imbalance. I think it's on the 15 minutes. And then so the sniper intro was right here and then here. And then it went up. But as it went up, what? It went up correctively because we have to obey what? We have to obey the bigger picture, the bigger structure. The corrective phase right here. Beautiful correction. And then 1530 it sold. Yeah, to remove this floating demand. So NZDJPY, I sent this yesterday. If you can check, even my Instagram, we did post this one. Yeah, it was a beautiful trade. It's still a beautiful trade. I'm still involved. I'm still holding this one right here. So as you can see, the structure right here, and then made a beautiful impulsive move. As you can see, it made a beautiful impulsive move. It made the correction, and then we're expecting an impulsive move to the downside. So when I sent a signal here, it was exactly here. It was a beautiful sniper entry, and then now it's pushing. It's pushing. I did not see that because before I started this, it was somewhere here, right here, and but was still in profit, and then it pushed. So yeah, that's our NZDJPY. And then silver, I did not take this one. I never traded silver. But the bigger structure, let me see. When I analyzed, yeah, I did analyze the bigger structure. I analyzed this structure right here. So when I analyzed this, I think it was a long time ago, and I'm not sure because I do not often check it out. So I think it was somewhere here, and then it was corrective. I was still expecting it, this corrective phase to push to come back to touch our support right here, and it indeed touched the support, and then it shot up. But as it shot up, what happened here? Let's go to the lower time frame. It shot up and left a what? Left a beautiful imbalance here, because the market is all about, if the market leaves an imbalance, there's to be a balance. So the market is all about creating an imbalance and coming back to fill that imbalance. That's all you need to know. Of course, there's more you need to know. So unfortunately here we did not get involved cause, but probably it might come back to touch it like nicely before pushing to the upside. So yeah. So since this can be an impulse, a correction, and then it might come back to touch it nicely, and then that's when it's gonna shoot up. Yeah, I did cover your ASD. So yeah, that's it, guys.